English 10 and 11. And I'm glad to have everyone here for this first turnaround meeting according to our CCRS implementation year 3. How many people knew we were on year 3? Raise your hand or just give me a thumbs up or whatever. Okay, yeah, we're on year 3. Alright, of course, the first year we were in the awareness stage where we were just learning about the standards and pretty much getting to know each one of the standards. Year 2 was all about implementation, so finally we're getting able to, of course, acclimate ourselves with the standards and also our children so that we'll be able to teach those standards. And of course, we are on year 3, which is follow-up and support. So you will see a lot of reading coaches and math coaches in your buildings because they're there to help you in any form or fashion if you need, according to those standards that we're supposed to be implementing. Okay? And of course, our last year is going to be the evaluation and accountability because, of course, that's pretty much where they hit us in the bud with of course, observations and those types of things. All right, of course, we're on the 2020 plan, and it's all about the learners, the support systems, the professionals, which is us, and also the schools and systems. Our outcomes of the year are to have effective practices to help students meet standards, task and question about powerful teams. Of course, we're co-creating lessons. So if you have not been creating lessons according to CCRS, we're doing that as a team. You should be working together in your buildings based on that. And we're co-creating assessments because, of course, these are the years of the formative assessments. Of course, we're drilling and killing it because they want us to formatively assess our students at least at some point of your lesson. And, of course, we're lastly looking at student work according to those formative assessments. So what they do or don't understand and what we would need to do next according to that. Today's outcomes, we're going to discuss the data gathered from the 2013-14 state and national implementation surveys. So these are just your building reps in the building got together and took a survey based on what we're supposed to know. And we got some results back from that. And we're also analyzing a unit plan according to the equipped rubric, which Ms. Smith will be helping us out with that. And lastly, we're determining how the standards connect across multiple lessons because we're moving on from just doing lessons to units, to more unit-friendly stuff, okay? All right, so of course we're going to talk about this data according to the 2013-14 state standard implementation team survey. All right, now on a 5-point scale, 5 which is very prepared and 1 which is not prepared, they asked us how prepared are teachers to teach CCRS in the following groups of students. Students as a whole, we said 92% were proficient in that. Of course, ELL, which we don't have too many in Selma, we said 60%. And I was one of the ones that said, I really don't know because, you know, I don't have too many ELL standards or students. Students with disabilities, 61%. That's pretty low. Low-income students, 80%, which was majority of us do teach low-income students, so we should cater our, well, they said gear our instructions according to our students. And of course, we have academically at-risk students, 74%. So this is based on how well we were prepared to teach these students according to the CCRS standards. Now, of course, they filter in on that. About 40% do not feel prepared to teach ELL students and students with disabilities, which this is a very high number. So of course, we had a lot to talk about that. Now, the administration survey. How prepared are teachers in your school to teach the CCRS to the following groups of students, of course, and this is with admin and everyone. 81% for students as a whole, 61, and of course 64 for students with disabilities and with ELL students, and of course 75 with our low-income students. And of course, backing it up, academically at-risk students with 75%. And those are still our lower numbers. Now we're going to talk about Alabama's professional needs to align with the national research. Of course, nationwide, everyone feels ill-prepared to help their students with the new literacy standards, maybe because they're so new. And you've noticed that a lot of states are backing out. So, of course, you can see how far this is coming along. Teachers across the nation said that working with peers is the most valued support for standards implementation. So, of course, I'm going to work more with my coworkers because I want to know what they're doing in their rooms based on these state standards and see what the standards look like, not only from my point of view, but from someone else's. And, of course, we feel that most teachers have not had a voice in determining how standards are implemented in their schools. So that's kind of a contradictory statement. And another thing that they pointed out was teachers in all disciplines are actively engaged in shifting literacy practices. So they want literacy across the board. And those are just a few things that we found out from across the nation. All right, now Ms. Smith is coming to talk to you about analyzing the unit plan using the equipped rubric. Yeah, they have the packets.
Okay, if y'all take those out, they look like this. This is your